Drake's newest track was supposed to be his grand return, the moment he flipped the story after losing his recent court case. But what happened next took everyone by surprise. The song leaked online overnight, and instead of praise, the reaction has been one of confusion and laughter. Social media timelines filled with comments calling the track dull, out of touch, and a major step backward. It all began after Drake's defamation lawsuit against Universal Music Group was dismissed. The court ruled that Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us was protected artistic expression. UMG celebrated the decision, calling it a win for creative freedom and the rights of all artists. For Drake, it was a public defeat, and according to reports, this new song was his attempt to regain control of the story. However, the leaked track didn't land the way he hoped. Listeners said it sounded defensive rather than confident. Lines meant to be sharp came across as tired reminders of past drama. Many pointed out that instead of addressing the loss directly, Drake used the lyrics to repeat old ideas about fame and criticism. Fans wanted evolution, but what they got felt more like frustration set to a beat. Industry insiders even suggest the leak may have come from inside Drake's own circle, showing hesitation about releasing it officially. If that's true, it makes sense, because the online response has been brutal. Memes spread within hours, and comment sections turned into debates about whether Drake has lost his touch. The deeper issue, according to some analysts, is credibility. Drake's legal actions and ongoing public conflicts have started to overshadow his music. Instead of sounding like a confident artist, his new track comes across as another attempt to explain himself to an audience that already made up its mind. It's not about one song anymore. It's about the direction of his career. Drake also aimed a few indirect lines at other rappers, including A$AP Rocky, but those moments didn't spark much interest. Listeners called them distractions from the main issue, why his creative energy seems stuck in the same loop. Critics argue that his recent approach feels more like image management than artistic growth. What makes this story even more interesting is how it connects to hip-hop culture as a whole. The lawsuit against UMG raised questions about artistic freedom and how far artists should go to protect their image. YouTube's policy encourages respectful discussion around public figures and creative works, but it also reminds creators to avoid harmful or misleading claims. This situation has become a perfect example of that balance. Fans, artists, and media all trying to talk about it responsibly while following community standards. In the end, Drake's leaked comeback song has done the opposite of what he wanted. Instead of reclaiming the spotlight, it reignited debates about authenticity, creative decline, and ego. Still, one thing is certain: Drake remains one of the most talked about artists in music. Whether this is a short-term setback or the start of a longer fall will depend on what he does next.